welcome to Creature Feature Volume 10, Arms. This one took me quite a while to finish because of life stuff, but mainly I was learning as I made them. Learning anatomy, basically. It was quite challenging at first, but by now, doing arms is pretty fun. So let's load up a brush, navigate to where you've saved it, and it loads up. And draw out a few. I've got X symmetry on because each brush is one-sided to save space, and yeah, so just symmetry will give you two arms, or you can mix and match them, do you want. I am not going to move the pivot, so normally I would move it to there, because I'll show you in a second why. You can, but it makes scrolling through these guys a bit easier because all their pivots are in the same place. So when you've got W, E, or R pressed, you can just cycle through these very quickly. Some will be too big, but you'll get a general idea of which one you want for the particular creature you're working on or character. There's quite a large variety here. Some completely human, some quite far out. Far out, man! This one is quite simple, but one of my favorites. I don't know why, but I like it. So I'm going to go through this really quickly, so as not to bore you to death. Where was I? If I skipped too many at once. Yep. There we go. Now this is the only exception to the arms, which is double-sided, because each arm is different. Because with this one, this undead kind of vibe, it looked wrong when these were exactly the same. But I'm not gonna bother with that now. Ooh, don't move the pivot. Well, you can, but as I explained before, for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm not going to move the pivot. Beefy. Or a normal human arm doesn't really suit him. Slender female arms. Real slender, does not suit him at all. Very similar, but kind of a snake-like woman. This is one of my favorites. Slightly based on the xenomorph. Well, a lot, but not quite the same. This is my favorite one. It's the last one I made, and it almost didn't make the pack because the first pass I did, it was just a mess and too noisy, and then I did it again and made sure all these contours were more elegant and aesthetically pleasing. So, once you have an arm that oh crap, I did not mean to do that, that you're happy with, let's give him some brute arms. Some oversized. Put him nice into position. You'll probably want to meld it with the let's alt-click on the arms. Actually no, ignore what I just said. You'll probably want to meld it with the main body and sculpt it further, so I'm not going to go do it via my custom menu because you might get lost, so geometry, Dynamesh, and just want to Dynamesh it. I'm going to start low, go up till the resolution is acceptable. bit. Try it now. 4 times higher res. So my triangles went up from not too much. So you know what? I'm going to work with that. Why not? Right. So we dynameshed it. Now you can sculpt however you want to approach it. I'll probably use the clay brush, which is 2, my alt key is 2, and turn the alpha off. Just to get it in there. I mean, it'd probably be smarter to I'm gonna sculpt now, to Z remesh this to a lower poly count and project this higher guy onto that and fix this with that lower poly count. We don't have to. This particular brush, my cat's lying in front of me so I can't see. 1 sec. SK clay fill. The cat's lying between the screen and my work keyboard and stuff. This is a wonderful brush. Just to smooth and fill out stuff. I'm going to rewind a bit. Whoops, way too far. Just undoing. Well, there's plenty of ways to approach this. This is what I'm doing at the moment. SK clay fill. I don't have a link, but if you Google it, you'll go to an Asian language website. I'm not sure which language it is. I think maybe Japanese. I don't know. Maybe Mandarin. But the brushes are there, and it's a pretty cool suite. Now look how, and they're free. Look how nicely it bridges this without creating too much noise. Love this brush. I'm guessing whoever SK is, they made a modification to the fill brush. Is there a fill brush? There is no such brush. To one of the clay brushes. But I can't be bothered with that, so there's one example of how you can easily meld otherwise, whoops, I've switched to the clay brush again. You can just do it however you want. I'm rambling now, but there you go. I don't think I've shown all these guys. Infected. Glowing. I love this one. This is turning into a mess, not a mesh. Let me load the Z tools for those who just want to see the arms one by one. I think it's okay. Just so you know exactly what you're getting. Isolate select. Next, we just mirror and weld them again. And use my custom menu. This is quicker. It's one of my favorites as well. A monstrous praying mantis. Let's just make that bigger. Quite a fan of this one as well. Like a man mixed with a kind of dinosaur mixed with whatever. Another one of my favorites. And another. Ah, the tree arm. So of course, some will be very useful and some not so useful, completely depending on the character you use them with. But they all certainly have a use. And for me, it just greatly speeds up character design, because I think I've sculpted enough arms now for a while. So now I can just very quickly go through this and decide which one I want. I can simplify it if I don't need all the detail. You can just polish it or smooth it out, do whatever you want, but at least the main shapes are there. Make it your own. Stretch them, make them bigger, smaller, wider. Rockman. This one's kind of weird, but you can see it working in some scenarios. Good old Karkarak. Exaggerated. Muscly arms. Similar family, but more, not as noisy. Well, the ridges ain't, it's not as deep. I love this one, Demon 01. Very low body fat. Another one of my favorites. Oaf. I suppose the previous one was a bit more oafish. But who cares about these names? They don't really matter anyway. So this is the exception where this side differs from that side, so you shouldn't have symmetry on when drawing it out, but sure, you guys will figure it out. It's not rocket science. Very, very beefy. Normal human, slender female, slightly simplified snake version, or scaly version. So, beloved xenomorph style arm. Although this looks a bit more like skin than ecto skin. And my favorite, hell. So, there you guys have it. I do hope you find this pack useful. I certainly do. And thank you for watching. Good evening.